Well, the primary experiences I've had in post-conflict settings, post-violent conflict settings, have been in international work that I've done. I've worked in Mozambique and Angola, in both cases just after peace agreements were signed, and was working with groups organized by UNICEF in Mozambique and by Search for Common Ground in Angola. I've also worked in Nepal in the midst of some of the conflict they were having. This was in 2001, so not quite post-conflict. Worked in Northern Ireland shortly after the Belfast Agreement was signed. Was there in 99 and 2000, working on the transition process with the Royal Ulster Constabulary. Worked a little bit more in Asia. Was in Burma 2 years ago, working with David and Carol, our graduates there, but primarily in organizational development. So my post-conflict settings would be Africa, Europe, particularly Northern Ireland, limited amount in Asia. And my impression from those settings is that on-the-ground leadership is the most important variable. Political leadership, yes, but also civil society leadership that works with transition processes that are going on at the broader level. Probably the best example would be Northern Ireland. I was involved with this over a 2-year period, where the Mediation Network of Northern Ireland, that's a picture of the group that they brought to San Diego, organized policing exchanges between first year I was involved, the City of Atlanta Police Department. The second year, the City of San Diego Police Department. They brought their officers over to Atlanta, then to San Diego for a week to have exchanges with police officers there. Then they invited the police officers from Atlanta and San Diego to Belfast for a week and had exchanges there. Really, the whole purpose was to have leader-to-leader dialogue. I mean, these are some of the top policing officials in the Royal Ulster Constabulary and the San Diego Police Department. But to have leader-to-leader exchanges about how they had transformed their police department from a police force that was seen as policing against the community to a police service that was seen as policing with the community. Mm-hmm. And both Atlanta and San Diego had managed to do that fairly successfully. So what they were hoping for was to learn from the experiences of Atlanta and San Diego so that they could police differently. And by all accounts, it has been remarkably successful. In fact, I learned when I was in Britain last month that people are now requesting Police Service of Northern Ireland officers to come in countries all over the world in post-conflict settings to consult with them about how to transform their police service from, again, being a police force seen as working against the community to being a police service serving with the community. So that's where I've seen significant change, that in a post-conflict environment, leadership at the civil society level and at the political level, but not necessarily just the top political level, has to be mobilized for transformation. And they can be remarkably effective working with leaders, organizational leaders, public policy leaders in that context.